Skol Vikings, what's good, Purple Nation? It's your boy, Jake, here with the hottest Vikings news, and today we're diving into something massive. The Wilf family's epic transformation of our Minnesota Vikings. Can you believe it's been 20 years since they took over? We're talking about how their ownership flipped the script and made us the class of the NFL. Picture this. Back in 2005, the Vikings were a mess. Cheap ownership, outdated facilities, and coaches pulling double duty. Then, the Wilfs swooped in like superheroes in purple capes, turning our franchise into a powerhouse. This isn't just about wins. It's about building a culture that screams Skol. Stick with me for 15 electrifying scenes as we unpack how the Wilfs created a winning vibe, why our players are tighter than ever, and what this means for 2025. Drop a comment. What's your favorite Wilf-era moment? Let's get into it. Before the Wilfs bought the Vikings in 2005, our team was scraping by under penny-pinching ownership. Facilities were outdated, and the front office was cutting corners, even combining coaching roles to save a buck. It was a dark time for Vikings fans, with no clear path to glory. Enter Zygi and Mark Wilf, who dropped $600 million to take over and immediately started investing in the franchise. They didn't just throw money around, they built a vision, upgrading everything from training facilities to player support systems. US Bank Stadium? Yeah, that's their legacy. This turnaround set the stage for a culture shift that's still paying dividends in 2025. Think about it. Would we be talking Super Bowl hopes without their bold moves? Let me know in the comments how you felt when the Wilfs took over. The Wilfs didn't just rebuild the roster. They transformed the Vikings' soul. Over 20 years, they've maximized every resource, turning Minnesota into a destination for top talent. From Kirk Cousins to J.J. McCarthy, players want to play for this organization. Their secret sauce? A focus on family and camaraderie. Vikings tight end T.J. Hawkinson spilled the tea on the Green Light podcast, talking about team golf trips and tight-knit vibes. That's not just talk. It's a culture where players have each other's backs. This brotherhood is why the Vikings have ranked top 2 in the NFLPA's player survey for 3 straight years. What's the coolest team bonding moment you've heard about? Hit the comments and let's talk. Culture isn't just a buzzword for the Vikings. It's the backbone of their success. When players are bonded like brothers, they fight harder on the field. The Wilfs understood this from day one, fostering an environment where trust and unity thrive. Hawkinson's podcast chat revealed how these off-field connections, like golf outings, translate to on-field chemistry. It's no coincidence that our 14-3 record in 2024 came with this kind of locker room vibe. That's the Wilf effect, folks. Imagine trying to build a contender without this foundation. Impossible, right? Drop a comment. Do you think culture is the key to a Super Bowl run? Let's hear your take. Let's talk facilities, because the Wilfs didn't just stop at player vibes. They built TCO Performance Center, a state-of-the-art training hub that's the envy of the NFL. This place is like a 5-star resort for football players. From cutting-edge recovery rooms to massive indoor fields, the Wilfs ensured our guys have everything they need to succeed. Mark Wilf himself said it's about maximizing player potential, and you can see that in every snap. It's a game changer. How do you think top-tier facilities impact performance? Comment below, and let's debate if TCO is the best in the league. Skol Vikings. Let's keep rolling. The Wilfs' ownership isn't just about flashy buildings. It's about smart moves. They've hired sharp minds like GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and coach Kevin O'Connell, who've turned our roster into a juggernaut. J.J. McCarthy at QB? That's their vision. In 2025, the Vikings are coming off a 14-3 season, and the front office is reloading with draft picks like guard Donovan Jackson. These aren't just players. They're pieces of a championship puzzle, carefully chosen to fit the culture. What's your favorite Wilf-era draft pick? Drop it in the comments and let's see who's got the best eye for talent. This is Vikings news, and we're just getting started. Let's zoom in on the 2025 offseason, because the Wilfs' influence is everywhere. They overhauled the offensive line, signing studs like Wilfs and Ryan Kelly, then drafting Donovan Jackson. Protecting McCarthy is priority 1, and they nailed it. Posts on X are buzzing about these moves, with fans saying the Vikings are building a fortress up front. This isn't just about blocking. It's about giving our young QB the time to shine. That's the Wilf blueprint. Invest in the future. What do you think of the new O-line? Comment your thoughts, and let's predict how many sacks they'll allow in 2025. Skol. Let's dive deeper. The Wilfs culture also makes Minnesota a free agent magnet. Players like Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen joined the defensive line this offseason, drawn by the Vikings' reputation. That's what a top 2 NFLPA ranking does. It pulls in talent. This isn't just about money. It's about players wanting to be part of something special. The Wilfs have created a vibe where stars know they'll be valued and supported. It's why we're stacked for 2025. Which free agent signing are you most hyped for? Hit the comments and let's talk about who's gonna dominate. Vikings news keeps it real, so stick with me. Let's talk draft strategy, because the Wilfs front office crushed it in 2025. With only 5 picks, they landed gems like receiver Ty Felton and linebacker Kobe King. These guys aren't just rookies, they're future stars who fit the Vikings' DNA. Experts like Mel Kiper gave high marks for value, especially on Jackson and Felton, though some noted we didn't grab a cornerback. Still, with young DBs already on the roster, the Wilfs are playing the long game. What's your grade for the 2025 draft class? Drop it in the comments and let's see if you agree with Kiper. Skol Vikings, we're rolling on. The Wilfs' impact goes beyond the field. They've made the Vikings a community cornerstone. From charity events to fan experiences, they've poured millions into Minnesota. US Bank Stadium hosts everything from concerts to draft parties. Mark Wilf's quote about caring for players' families resonates with fans. 2. They've built a franchise that feels like home, whether you're a player or a diehard in the stands. That's why we bleed purple. How has the Vikings community work touched you? Share your story in the comments, and let's celebrate the Wilf legacy. Vikings news. Let's keep it moving. Flashback to the 2024 playoffs. A brutal 9-sack loss to the Rams exposed our O-line issues. The Wilfs didn't flinch. They responded with a massive overhaul, adding Jackson, Kelly, and Fries. That's leadership under pressure. This move wasn't just about fixing a problem. It was about sending a message. The Vikings are all in for a Super Bowl. Fans on X are calling it a masterclass in roster building, and I'm here for it. What's your bold prediction for the 2025 O-line? Comment below, and let's see who's got the wildest take. Skol, we're halfway through. The Wilfs culture also fuels resilience. After that playoff loss, Kevin O'Connell rallied the team, emphasizing unity. Players like Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson bought in, setting the tone for a monster 2025 offseason. This is where the golf trips and team dinners pay off. When the chips are down, the Vikings don't crack. The Wilfs' emphasis on camaraderie means our guys play for each other, not just the paycheck. How do you think this team spirit will show up in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's predict some clutch moments. Vikings news. Let's roll. Let's talk J.J. McCarthy, because the Wilfs' faith in him is paying off. Drafted in 2024, he's now QB1, and the organization's built a fortress around him. The Wilfs turned down Aaron Rodgers to double down on their guy. McCarthy's growth is a testament to the Wilfs' patience and vision. With a beefed-up O-line and weapons like Jefferson and Felton, he's got everything he needs to ball out in 2025. Skol vibes only. What's your stat prediction for McCarthy this season? Comment your numbers, and let's see who's closest. Minnesota Vikings. We're charging forward. The Wilfs' ownership has also raised expectations. After a 14-3 season, anything less than a deep playoff run feels like a letdown. Fans on X are saying this is our year, and the Wilfs have set the stage. Every move, from draft picks to free agents, screams Super Bowl or bust. The culture they've built means players and fans alike are hungry for that Lombardi trophy. Can you feel the energy? What's your Super Bowl prediction for 2025? Drop it in the comments and let's dream big. Vikings news. We're almost at the finish line. As we wrap up, the Wilfs' 20-year legacy is clear. They've made the Vikings a model franchise. From culture to facilities to roster moves, they've checked every box. Minnesota isn't just a team, it's a way of life. Looking at 2025, the Vikings are loaded, with a young QB, a stacked roster, and a fanbase ready to roar. The Wilfs have given us every reason to believe this could be our year. Skol Vikings. That's it for today's Vikings news. Purple Nation. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's keep the Skol chant alive.